Okay, it is that time again. It is Commute with Bertie morning. Going into my school districts. Okay, so already I've been given some thought-provoking comments, which I love. Let me tell you why I love for y'all to engage with anything that I post, because it's not about me. It's about y'all's perspectives too. Like, I like to, here's what I do. In no way, shape, or form am I telling you what to do, how to be. All my channel is me pulling from experiences from my own life and what has worked for me and how I am and my personality or my, obstacles in life, how I relate to y'all. So that way, if perhaps you do relate to me, then you can draw and say, okay. And if you're at a further back place than me, like you're going through the trial now that I've already been through, then I can help you, right? Because everyone doesn't have the same trials, but they have trials. They have obstacles in their lives. They have challenges. And people will choose different challenges over others, But it's all the same idea. An addiction is an addiction. An addiction to what? I was addicted to exercise when I was 16. I was never bulimic or anorexic because I loved food too much. I needed to eat and I did try, I think, to throw up a couple times. Never once did it work. Never once. With a spoon, never once. And besides, that just, I don't know. I was also really vain about my teeth because I was in braces for 5 years. Yes, that's right. 5 years, folks. You're welcome. I made it. So when you're complaining about your one measly 2.5, 3 years, I'm like, what? Yeah, I'll have to show pictures. Anyways. So, thoughtful comments. I like it when y'all engage. So for instance, this happened on YouTube this morning after I posted a video about ADHD or multiple personalities. The guy goes, the internet is no place for therapy. And I thought, I can see why he says that. Okay, you're right on a certain level. You're right in the fact that you should not get diagnosed over the internet. You shouldn't come to me for advice. I'm not giving you advice. But if you're going through something, and if my story helps you get help or helps you realize there's still hope, then yes, that's self-therapy on my part by telling my story. And I think a lot of us heal when we tell our story, especially when you realize it heals others. That's probably the most empowering part of telling your story. Because we're told we're not the only ones, right? Somebody else out there somewhere is going through it. And you can tell 5 different people your story. 4 of them are going to go, I don't get it. I can't relate to you. 1 of them is going to go, wow, she gets me. She understands me. I can talk to her without being judged because she's been there. The power of empathy comes from being able to put yourself back there truly, emotionally. That's where true empathy comes from. Okay, that's a side note. Okay. What else do I want to say? Okay. So that's the thing. That's what's important about sharing your story on the internet. And therefore, you're doing self-therapy. I'm doing self-work by sharing my story. But somebody else out there, I can help them start on their journey of discovery or curiosity of, okay, maybe I can explore this to try and figure it out to live a better life or whatever. Or just not be so confused all the time. I can't tell you how many times I know I say this a lot, but I've been so like confused so many times in life where it was like, is this real? Is this really happening right now? Like, no, this can't be real. You know, they have to be joking. And to find out that no, it's not a joke. It was real as can be. So I like to explore and research, like really research. I feel like I personally know more about mental health than any doctor who studied it for 20 years, because I was immersed in it for 20 years. Immersed. From the levels of no diagnosis, not me, my ex, no diagnosis to cyclothymia, then to bipolar, and then to bipolar 2, and then schizoaffective. So 20 years, okay? And then he suffered 2 psychoses. So if you know what a psychosis is, you know how serious that can be. I'm definitely not ready to dive deep there.